Penguin, welcome back for another how-to video. This how-to video I'll explain to you is how to do good in Call of Duty, or you could say how to improve on Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Which the number one tip that I like to give you is first go in your options, which are go in the multiplayer main menu without playing multiplayer, which hit the options button. Afterwards, the most important thing is to do is make your safe area as small as possible. You guys were wondering why I have my safe area as small as possible. The next clip after this, I'll explain to you why I have the safe area small as possible. But before we get into the next clip, I have my sensitivity. If everybody's wondering the sensitivity that I play on full sensitivity, which depending on if your playstyle, having a very low sensitivity is good. Also, if you guys are wondering also why I play on this low sensitivity, I have control freaks also. I highly recommend for you to pick up control freaks, which I did a review on that. Links down in the description about my control freak review. And the button layout that I like playing on, that I prefer, because I've been playing this ever since, like, how do you say, like Call of Duty World at War? Yeah, World at War. That was my first time playing online, which it was Call of Duty World at War. I played on tactical, which instead of the, like, for example, this is the default control, which instead of hitting R3 as knife, if you play on tactical, hitting R3 as crouch and hitting circle is the knife button. Which if you play on default, R3 is a knife, circle is crouch. Which if you're not used to that, try to get used to tactical, because tactical will always help you by crouching, sliding, and throwing, stuff like that. Anyway, another tip I give you is turning up your vibration off your controllers. If you guys are used to playing with vibration, get used to not playing vibration. If you have vibration on, having like for example, when you're on a 1v1 gunfight, that vibration might make you lose your accuracy, which your gun could shoot upwards or sideways or whatever it is, because the vibration itself can make you lose your accuracy just in Call of Duty itself. But if you're playing other games like Grand Theft Auto, Borderlands, why did I say GTA again? You could say Saints Row, Minecraft, Last of Us. You could turn on your vibration besides playing games like Call of Duty or Battlefield. I highly recommend just turning up vibration off. And this is my sound setting, which I have my game volume a little bit very low, is because of so you guys can hear me. And another thing is I'm using my Astro A40 mix amp, which I could adjust about the equalizers, so I can make more if I want to hear more game volume, more voice volume, which I have that. If I want to make my game louder, I just move up my more game volume or voice volume. Which on to the next clip, which I'll be on the multiplayer private match, showing you the difference between having a very huge safe area and very low safe area, which I'll see you when I get to that. We're on a private match in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, which anyway, I'm in the private match showing you the options where the safe area is. This is what I'm showing you the difference between having a large one, because right now, before I had it on a small one, which this is what it looks like, because it depends on your monitor size or TV size, about the safe area size, which you could line it up, which this is what it looks like on my screen right now, having like lining up to a big safe area, which this is what it looks like, how mostly what everybody plays on. But my opinion, what I like playing on my safe area was having a very small one, because I see what a lot of people have is playing on a big one. It could be a very disadvantage, because if you play on a small one, you can see your peripherals much more bigger, in which you don't have to look away from to look at the mini map, because it's just right there. You can tell it's actually very helpful, but because you should try that out. Having a good safe area like that can actually help you in winning a gunfight or finding that person, which I'll show you some gameplay right now. Okay, we are on some gameplay on AW, which another thing is, another tip I could give you is looking on your mini-map most of the time. Because if you're always constantly looking at the mini-map, that's a bad thing, because that could get you killed. which right now I'm lowering some game volume, which hopefully it's not too loud, which look at your mini-map, which look at your mini-map can help you a lot, because you can determine where the enemies are spawning from, because if you look at the mini-map right now, on the screen right now, you can see where I'm finding the people easily, and having a small safe area can help a lot, because you will see in this part, I destroy most of these enemies, because I just look at my mini-map at pure instinct, because I'm guessing because there's an enemy there. Because another tip I could give you is aiming down your sights at most of the corners. Because I'm judging, because I've been playing Call of Duty for about ever since World at War, which that's probably about 6 or 7 years from now. I've been playing ever since World at War, which that's probably 7 or 8 years. I can't really think right now, but yeah, which I actually learned a lot ever since playing World at War, because I will always rush out there without thinking and look at my mini-map, because I don't know, because back in the day I was really thinking, because the Call of Duty, the newer Call of Duties, you need a lot more strategy and much more. Like, you have to play it kind of smart. Think of like Counter-Strike or Search and Destroy, you could say, because I've been playing Call of Duty for a long time, which I'm used to the game by now, because the newer Call of Duties, which I don't know why I'm talking about the newer Call of Duties, but new Call of Duties, you die much more faster ever since World at War, which you had to have true gun skill. But another thing that could help you in doing good in Call of Duty is if you're playing a game mode that you don't really think you're not really good at, play with friends. Because for example, because I'm playing Momentum, because it's showing you just some gameplay, because I'm actually doing very good at Momentum, because I'm not getting paired up with I'm not getting paired up with clans, which I just got lucky, because in general, because usually when I always play, like for example Domination, I'm always in a losing team. It depends on which game mode you pick, because if you prefer playing on Domination, play on Domination, but if you prefer playing on Team Deathmatch, I think the score limit's up to 100 now, play on Team Deathmatch or Kill Confirmed, because whatever that gets you, that you like the game mode the most, play the game mode the most, because if you, another way to do good in COD is playing with friends, which playing with friends, if you don't think it's fun, but somehow I don't know why playing with friends and you're in a whole team, somehow you can do good, because for some reason when I play with friends I don't get as bored as much, because for some reason when you get played up with, you're playing with your friends, you're usually not getting bored as much, and you're actually somehow destroying the team. It depends how good your teammates are. Anyway, besides talking about how good the enemies are, or how bad your teammates are, besides talking about that point, but I was talking about back when I was talking about aiming down your corners. What I was doing is, because I was telling my brother about aiming down the corners most of the time, and I was telling my brother another tip how to do good in COD is like guessing where the enemies are spawning at, because it depends. Because if you look at the mini-map, seeing where the teammates are spawning at, that's another way you could do good. Because I was watching, because my brother was in a tournament in Black Ops 2. He was, I think it was Black Ops 2, he was in a Search and Destroy, I think it was at a 1v4, which I remember seeing this, because there's one enemy, because he was guessing, and he was playing on, I think, the map on Raid. He was by TP side, that Tiki bar side, and he's back at the basketball courts. My brother's in the basketball courts. I remember him doing this because there was an enemy rushing him towards the basketball courts, and he was hiding in the corner, which my brother was guessing, and which he was aiming down the sights, and then this one guy rushed him, and then my brother killed him, which somehow, and then afterwards, and the end of the day, somehow he lost. But that's kind of a bad situation I was talking about. But what I was talking about depends where it depends where your teammates are spawning at, because if you look at your radar, your teammates are spawning, but you know that the enemies are spawning across the map or to the side of you, for example. But talking about aiming down your sights in the corner, if you're, for example, when you're by yourself, in, like, if there's no teammates around you, try aiming down the sights, because because what I'm thinking right now, if I was on like search and destroy, because search and destroy helped me of doing this, playing in a respawn game mode, because I will always guess if there's enemies right there, because like after this, like when I run down there, I aim my sights right there. I'm guessing if there's enemies right there, in which I aim my sights right there, because I'm thinking if enemies would spawn through the bar side, which I stun enemies up there, which actually helps me a lot when my gun fights. Because look, if you look at the radar, I'm looking at my radar, and I have a feeling they're spawning there. Because I'm looking at the radar. This one guy doesn't have blast suppressor, which somehow I'm on a 15 gun streak. Somehow, for some reason, I don't get how. There's only 4 people in the other team, but if you hopefully you enjoyed this whole video, how to do good at Call of Duty. Hopefully you learned a lot. If so, if you like this video, hit that like button down below. Share this video if you haven't shared this video yet. Subscribe to me yet if you haven't subscribed to me yet. Comment down below if you need more help, or if I'm making that. I'll probably make another video if you need help. Put it down in the comments down below. I'll probably try to respond or make another video if you need more help, or if it gets too hard for me, which if so, my name is Grant Penguin. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.